Guy Code with
Renan Osware.
Welcome to another episode of The Guy Code. I am Renan Osware. Now, guys, on this episode, we're going to be talking about analyzing her past. Guys, when you're in this dating game, you're in this dating space, you're getting to know a lady you have approached. It is important that you get the full picture of who you are dealing with. It is very important that you get to know her true colors from the start or as early as possible so that you do not fall for an image or a facade she puts across just to get something from you, to extract your value, and then turn on you and betray you. So it is very important, guys, for you to understand who you're dealing with. And here are some points on how to analyze her past. Number one, you need to know about her family history. Now, family is the main unit, right, that raises us. Of course, most of us were raised in different kinds of households, some nuclear, some single parent, all that. And these issues do affect how we turn out in the future. For sure, our upbringing is very, very vital in how we tend to choose our partners and especially our life partners. So, guys, as far as her family history, her family background, you need to know what is her family background so that you get a clear picture of the principles that she has been introduced to as she was growing up. The kind of environment she grew up in will really affect how she interprets relationships and the kind of space that she feels at home. So you can ask a question like, what's one thing you would change about your childhood? Now, this question, guys, is meant to make her reveal one thing or a few things that she lacked in her childhood that she wishes she would have experienced or was given to her. You ask her, what's one thing you would change about your childhood, right? If she said maybe I would I will appreciate more affection, it means that she lacked affection while growing up, you know? So this will definitely affect how she chooses her partners. Does she want relationships that require affection? Maybe not, because she's not used to it as much, right? So asking that question will reveal a whole part of her, a whole list of things that she wishes she would have encountered, and really gets into the inner child in her so that you know what that inner child, that inner little girl really craves for and really wishes she would have experienced. Now, guys, I will also touch on daddy issues now. Daddy issues is something that you will definitely find out as you get to know about her family history. If she's not very close with her dad, if she didn't have a strong father figure growing up, it will definitely alter her view on men and on the kind of men she wants, right? Because she didn't have that strong leadership growing up. So the fact that she didn't have it shows that she doesn't really know what a good man and a quality man might have to offer or might look like. So, guys, as far as family, you need to know about that. Next is her sexual history. Okay. Now, this, of course, can be very tricky to go about, but you should use it in a playful way. You should involve her in a playful way. You can ask, you can use games like Never Have I Ever, or just ask playfully, what is your sexual fantasy? You know, some women, it's important to know that some women will need the right environment and the right kind of rapport to divulge such information to you. Maybe she needs to an environment where she feels more comfortable to share that information. So just using playful games. Never have I ever done this. And you wonder, okay, have you done that? You're like, oh, okay, that's interesting. And be very careful, guys. Do not look judgmental. Okay, validate her when she says something like, oh, okay, yeah, this happens, and anyone wants to have a nice time, and it can happen. If you look judgmental, definitely she will shut off because this is a very personal information she will divulge, and she's very sensitive that she does not want to be judged. So that is how you get to know about her sexual past. The next is relationships. About her relationship history. What kind of guys is she used to, and what does she expect now? You can ask a question like, if I talk to your ex, what will he say about you? Or if I talk to your ex, what will he say is the reason you guys broke up? You know, many women usually trash their exes, say those guys are trash, blah blah blah. Yes, yes. And when she goes in on that tyrant, let her do it. Listen, it's very important. It will reveal such things about her, and it will make you know that in case things don't work out with you, you will be the person being trashed. So be very careful about that. So if you ask her, if I talk to your ex, what will he say about you? Putting herself in the ex's shoes, in the quote unquote villain's shoes. If she puts the blame on him entirely, just notice a person who is not accountable at all. This is a lady who will not take accountability or responsibility, and she will always guilt trip you and play victim. So this is a very big sign you should look out for. Okay? And you can also ask, what character traits do you hate in a man? Right? This question will learn what really takes her off, what will really get her annoyed and get her irritated. But you must realize that women need a wide array of emotions to feel truly in their feminine. So it's very important that you know what ticks her off in the beginning. So you can control that so that you don't be out here stepping on landmines without knowing. So you know what character traits she finds irritating, and you can actually take note of them and use them at the appropriate time, right? So as another thing you need to know about her past is her financial history. You can ask, what's your most prized purchase to date? What's the most expensive thing she has bought for herself to date? You know, this will show what she really prioritizes spending on. Is it an asset? Is it a liability? So just know that these spending patterns will not change anytime soon unless it is really required to, because change is gradual. So these habits, you need to know about her financial habits, what she really spends on. If she could get all the money she wanted, what will she really go to spend on? Will she spend it on, you know, material things, liabilities, things that decrease in value? Or is it assets so that she can build a legacy? You get to know her habits and where her mind is, especially her vision, right? So these are just a couple of topics that it is important you guys to cover when analyzing her past, her family history, her sexual history, her relationship history, and her financial history, so that when you get into a relationship with this lady, you get to know what does she expect, what is she used to, and what does she expect from you, so that you do not fall for the bait and switch, that you fall for an image of someone that doesn't really exist. So I will expound on these points later on in future episodes, but this has been the episode for today. Guys, continue to subscribe. I appreciate all your feedback, and until next time, we shall talk soon. Bye.
Guy Code with Rena Osware.